Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2, a Protoss versus Zerg from the very last chance for players to determine their standing in the ESL Pro Tour. Going into the biggest event of the year, I am Katowice 2022. Now, I know a lot of people want to see both of these players. Let me start by introducing, in the top left, the man who makes not having a plan look like the best plan you could ever have. Of course, the wild card. It is Zest. Facing across the way here, and from an entirely different region, Europe, filled with some of the best Zergs in the world. Just a crucible for Zerg players to stand out. He's always made a name for himself, but can he go a little further than those like Cyril and Raynor? It is Elazer, the Polish Zerg player. Would be nice for him to qualify in a solid spot for Katowice, held in Poland. Hometown favorite. Now, overall, there's a few caveats here in this match. One, ZVP in general is a bit of a binary matchup, but who knows? With Zest on the other side of the story, the question is which Zest is going to show up today. Is he going to let his little brother have the controller and then take it back from him halfway through the match? Is he going to be wearing his signature power hoodie? Is he going to have a jacket on? Possibly a jacket off? We saw in the GSL finals. Is he going to place random pylons on the map and base his entire strategy around that? Am I saying that for a reason that I'm about to reveal for those of you who weren't paying close attention to the mini-map and were too busy pressing that like button and subscribing because of my self-described sultry voice? Maybe. Anyway, Zest, is that a proxy Dark Shrine or is this a Stargate? It's a Stargate, isn't it? So, a hidden Stargate, not even really a it is closer. I mean, most things out on here, out on the map on Berlingrad, are going to be closer, but it is about as standard as maps get. Will Elazer have any notification of this? So, Berlingrad does not actually have the pervert pillar for overlords, the usual little pillar beside the natural to scout the high ground. So overlords can't as easily get constant scouting information. In fact, Zest is building a stalker now. Lazer's sitting far enough away he could bring the overlord back to the pervert pillar a little further out. Batman pillar, I guess, is a little more family friendly. I guess depending on whose family it is. Maybe not Batman's family, his family. That didn't end well. Anyway, spoilers. These are going to see the Stalker, which doesn't tell him much, besides the fact that Zest is trying to hide something. But Zest always kind of has that look to him. So, I do appreciate how no matter what matchup we're playing, Zest, there's like a 69% chance of a proxy Stargate. It doesn't matter who he's playing, what race they're playing. Protoss, Zerg, and Terran are all the beneficiaries of this man's Stargates. And in fact, he's mixing it up a little. It's something a little different than we're used. He's not sending in the first Oracle. He's waiting for 2 so he can double tap on those drones, kill them in a single volley. Now, Elazer, he does have a Spore at his third. He's building queens. I mean, essentially, queen pushes or ultra late game are most ZVPs. Well, when Zest isn't involved. It is Zest, though, so I always got to have that caveat. 2 Oracles come in. Elazer, not really. Oh, no, Brenda! No! No! Oh, it's such a disaster. Oh, no. His queens were attacking the extractor. They came in. He misclicked just a little bit. Was not expecting the 2 Oracles. Oh no, and Elazer misses the opportunity to potentially catch the Adepts. The Oracle's already back. Zest keeps both, Elazer's down. Oh my god, it's an utter disaster right now. This is terrible. Zest might not have a third. That's he's just adding out, of course. He's just growing. I wouldn't be surprised if he slaps a Nexus over here at some point, and then goes all in anyway. Wow. Yeah, Zest playing it real safe by not stretching out for a third. He's actually adding on Adepts. He's going to have 4. He's warping in. He's getting us. Okay, you know what? How many times do I have to cast Zest? And then just stop trying to predict what he's going to do next. I'm not convinced Zest knows what he's going to do next. He's just flying, like, use the Force, Zest. Or some magical sci-fi version of that, whatever the Protoss have. Psionic power or something. Anyway, so that's way too many Adepts. That is just, it's way too many. It's, yeah. Okay, well, Elazer has really nothing to deal with this right now. There's just nothing there. He has Zerglings. Zerglings don't counter Adepts. We worked this out a long time ago. Yes, Jimmy, thank you. Well, it's not actually glaive Adepts. And also, that's the wrong guy. How many times? Even your memes are mediocre. Anyways, so Zest just cutting his way through. Actually, Elazer went up to 57 drones, which is quite greedy. But this is such a weird timing because these are unglaved Adepts. He didn't go for the Twilight. He didn't go for a third. He just kind of spun the Ouija board, put his cards on the table, and said, Yahtzee! And everybody's like, well, that's not how you play. And Zest said, I don't care. And then Elazer said, okay, one more try. And then Elazer said, oh, could have timed this a little better. We know where it's going. One more try, all right. And then Elazer said, it would have been so good if I nailed it the first try. Anyways, it was supposed to be says GG. And it made sense. Yeah, Elazer's super dead. If he had been able to maintain those drones and only lost his hatch, or maybe some army units. Ah, yes, the knitting crew. So, there is a surprising amount of creeps, but a revelation on these rocks. I like how it scales to the unit. Did you know your mom is constantly revealed? You just can't see it because it's so large. Oh, come on. That's not even funny. All right? We don't joke here. The only joke here is pretending Zest has a play. He's going blink now. He just has a bunch of stalkers. I guess you gotta applaud Elazer. This is where I'm gonna slip back into caster mode. Which is, you gotta really applaud Elazer's tenacity here. He is really willing to fight it out, to brawl it out. He's got queens, and he's super dead. No, he's very dead. There's a small chance, I guess, that Zest, like, attacks into what Elazer has and loses everything. But even an A-moved army at this point. It's 9 queens, 33 Zerglings. Alright, what's it gonna be, Zest? Adding a couple more gates. He's got +1, blink on the way. So just for those roaches. Stalker's not great against queens, but not terrible either. And having blink means you can just punish them for even thinking about moving off of creep, let alone doing it. Actually, Zest is going to attack, because everybody knows the best time to attack is 20 seconds before your upgrades finish. I mean, his upgrades will be finished by anything relevant, the time anything really relevant happens. Yeah, he's decided this is the time. Literally, like, there's a +1. Hallucinates a Colossus for high ground vision. I'm reasonably sure that's what that is for, not for tanking damage. Or it was a misclick, who knows. Anyways, the Zergling's actually a decent counterattack. That's just kind of hanging out. And then he leaves. He just punched him in the face one more time. And that's it. And now we're going full. Maybe some Selecto Army action. Is that a shield upgrade? Justifying every Bronze League hero? I mean, when your Adept Stalker is one of the armies that has just as much shields as HP. Things like Zealots and Immortals have significantly more HP than shields. Twice as much. But I guess if you plan on doing perfect, like Alpha Star level Blink Micro, it doesn't really... What are you doing? Oh my god. He's just trolling him now. Like, come on. You hallucinate 1, and, like, you're trying to convince him. You hallucinate 2. This is a statement. Like, Elazer has to know those aren't real. Come on, Zest. Have some respect. Is that the... He didn't even have a lair! Oh, they're scared. Zest is bringing 100 army supply back to deal with 20 Zerglings, which... I think he handed off the controller again. Wow, 10-minute lair for Elazer. Oh... That is... Oh, that hurts. I didn't even realize. I wonder if Zest realized. I don't... Or cared. Probably neither. Oh my. Well, Elazer's not dead. But... And Zest has... a gateway unit... His units are just going in two different directions because of the pathing here and the mineral walls. And the Zerglings get in again. He's really... These Zerglings are doing surprising... Guardian Shields, some hallucinated Archons. You know, hallucinations are pretty good when they can't have Overseers because there's no lair. He blunks over the top. Plenty of damage. Force fields across the board. Zest just powering through. Eating corrosive biles because he missed breakfast this morning. And here comes everything else. Moving on. Game 2. Wow, that's... Oh, from the Queens just rebelling in that split second, just a couple seconds. Attacking the Extractor. The drones being slaughtered into Zest like off-tempo timing. He just kind of made a depth. Like, I'm not even going to pretend there was a method to the madness. The method to the madness was like, I bet you won't expect 20 adepts. And he didn't. I don't know. So, Zest, in pure Zest fashion, game 1. Elazer, it looked like some jitters there. I mean, it doesn't take much. Game Jimmy! We're on Hardwire. I don't know. Like, it looked like Elazer was just trying to play your relatively standard reactive Zerg with 3 bases, constant queen production. He was not like rushing tech or anything, just Zerglings for defense. And then the Oracles come in and sweep the leg, partially because he was already off balance, but I like how Zest, like, he just puts the gateway next to the Stargate. He's like, well, I've already got this pylon here, so... And that... I truly wonder how much preparation goes into his builds. Like, if you watch Zest play, like, they have the webcam during the matches. He could be sitting there just, I don't know, reading his fangirl posts on Instagram for all the emotion he shows, winning or losing. So, it's a... Oh, wait, he's actually... No, wait, I'm sorry. I was too busy thinking about Zest fangirls. Or maybe being one. He's cannon rushing. What? Okay, that's... Yeah, wow. Okay. It's happening. It's real. It's not a fake. He's got the forge. He's got enough space for a gate? Or did he screw it... Can he... No, I guess he could build another pylon back there. It's pretty disgusting, the 3 pylon block. Takes a little more effort. Well, he can't really get the probe out. So, did he screw it up? I think so. Like, he cancels that. Probe gets out, but... Yeah, that... I don't think that was... Oh! I'm not locked in here with you! But there's not enough... He traps him in, but the cannon's gonna die, so that's kind of just... I mean, okay. So yeah, this... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to leave more space so he can build a gateway to wall off the first cannon. That's how you be a disgusting, filthy, dirty, cannon-rushing Protoss. But... Well, now we have to figure out whether that actually cost Elazer enough. Because Zest did have a cyber core on the way, by the way. He had a cyber core this whole time. It wasn't like he was all in on the cannon rush, but he's just going one base Stargate. And Elazer, he's only at 23 drones. He had 20 when the cannon rush was dealt with, which was actually less than Zest probe count. So he still has Adepts and a Stargate back at home. He just started Warp Gate because he needed that gas. A couple Adepts threatening. Just the threat of Adepts is significant here. Elazer wasn't mining gas because obviously his drones were a little busy dealing with the cannon rush. Zest supply block trying to build a Void Ray. Like hard supply block. He did not have a pylon on the way when he started it. Wow. That's pretty rough as well. He didn't build a cannon back at home knowing the Adepts will keep everything tied up on Elazer's side of the map, whereas the Void Ray, if anything gets through, should be able to deal with the rest, though. Obviously, you don't want to lose. You don't want to delay the Void Ray by that much if you don't have to. Wow. Gets 4 drones. But he does lose the Adepts. He trades them out. Like, that was an active choice. And we'll see. The Oracle will see the, the Overlord will see the Oracle producing, so Zest cancels it. Didn't even let me get to my point, but I suspected Zest might try something of this nature. He cancels the Oracle that's producing, builds a Twilight, and 4 more gates. What's it gonna be? Yeah, it's probably Glaive Adepts. Maybe Charge, but nope. There it is. Zest back to his roots. One of his most successful Protoss versus Zerg builds before the era of Skytoss, especially a couple years ago. But, I mean, Glaive Adepts still slaughter everything, especially if you're not prepared with roaches. Like, there's a roach word on the way for Elazer. But by the time he can have roaches out, and if he doesn't really focus on it, is this a fake? Look at Zest's probe count. He's only got 35. He hasn't built... Is he faking like he's going Skytoss, or is he... I have no idea. You know what? Stop it. Every time I cast Zest, I'm like, what is he doing? Pretending like there's some method to the madness when there's just It's like if Haz, you know, like... It's like Haz's more successful older brother. You can tell they share a lot of the same tendencies, but one of them at least can hold down a job for more than a week. And his job is obviously modeling, so he's starting... I can't tell if this is a fake. It is. He's really tried to sell the whole Stargate build. Is Elazer buying... I feel like he might be overselling it here. There's already roaches on the way. The problem is... He's sold the Stargate build so hard, Elazer has put everything into a queen push, which means he has all these... So now we're just going to meet in the middle of the map. Brenda, turn it around! Turn around! Oh, no! Ah, joint pain! Oh, well, there goes the Void Ray. So at this point, it's pretty obviously not Skytoss. Zest is building probes again, starting to realize he may have outplayed himself a bit. Yeah. Huh. So, Elazer now has the army to counter Adepts, which was the army he built to essentially do a queen walk against Skytoss. Zest convinced Elazer that he was going straight into Skytoss so hard that he made Elazer counter him. So Zest may have outplayed himself a bit here. Well, what? Susan, could you stand behind not single file, 2x2 in buddy system? Well, this is happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Yes, we have 6 legs. What's it to? So the Adepts just kind of shade into... Wow, that... I mean, they'll slaughter the Zerglings, but the Roach is adding enough damage. Zest doesn't have any units. He's building batteries in the main. Like, is it... Wait, where did all these Adepts come from? Are these the first Adepts? Where do the Adepts keep coming from? Zest is reinforcing his main. Elazer just select all armied back. I think Elazer's a little frazzled here with the reckless abandon of Zest's strategy. Like, he's just giving up his natural and his third. Like, Zest is someone who would cut both his ears off and an arm just to spite his foot. But if that's the thing that gets him over the finish line, then I guess it was worth it. I don't think the Adepts... Well, they're still going. The Elazer still has 40 drones, and he's cleaning up the Adepts. So once the... Oh, this is... I mean, it is kind of a base trade. Thing is, Elazer still has enough economy and production. So that's going to be holed up in his main, while Elazer has most... I think he just accidentally scouted the Nexus. Yeah, he found it. Alright, so that... I don't know if 5 sentries, 4 stalkers, and an adept are enough here. So he recalls to the Nexus. I think he recalled the probes? Yeah, well, anyways, this is over. Zest. Okay. He's showing off how good his force field skills are, and by that I mean they're okay, I guess. Ravagers just pound right through them. They're out of energy. He's still gonna fight. But Elazer is more than capable of rebuilding this army. Zest is not even capable of beating the one on the field right now. So, G and G. We are all tied up. 1-1. Honestly, as he often does, Zest defining these games. Both in his success and failure. Elazer just kind of along for the ride. Perfectly competent play, but honestly, that game feels like Zest outplayed himself more than the other way around. We'll see if that remains true. Jumping right in to Game 3, match point of this Dreamhack Last Chance qualifier. So, the Last Chance qualifier is the last chance to gain ESL points for IEM Katowice. It's not the last chance to participate in the event, though for some of these players who are not as high up in the rankings like Elazer, it could be a decider. So, very important to put as many points on the board as you can. Alright, Elazer just... As we know, the only places you're allowed to expand in Zerg versus Protoss are their natural or your third, especially against Zest. Who's got the probe out here? Can we talk again about Zest cannon rushing? I want to say, that was bad. Like, that was not good. That was just poor execution. And then he kind of freestyled it from there. I wonder how much he actually cannon rushes. I feel like he misplaced the pylon by just enough. He misplaced it by just enough that he wasn't able to build the gateway next to the cannon. That's usually the super annoying tactic. And if you build the gateway in exactly the right spot, you can use probe teleportation magic. It'll actually push the probe over the pylon. You've seen Parting do this many times in the past, and cannon rushers are usually pretty adept at this, puns intended. But Zest just kind of fumbling that one and then flailing from there. So this probe, so for those who don't know what this is here, mineral patches want to be loved. Alright, they want a nice worker to slurp up all their juicy minerals and grab them in their mouth. And who doesn't in life, right? Like, that's just beautiful. It doesn't care. It doesn't discriminate. It's a probe, it's a drone, it's an SCV. It does discriminate against mules. Mules are different. Mules get special treatment. But, so the mineral patch, when it's currently being intimately gathered by a worker, it tells other workers, you know what, I'm busy right now, go elsewhere. So when you do that continued teasing of the mineral patch there, like the probe just did for Zest, and you see a lot of Protoss do because they send their probes out so early, the mineral patch will tell drones, essentially, you can fuck off now and go somewhere else. So there's the little dance of going back and forth, of trying to deny mineral patches and making it slightly less efficient to mine. And if you do it perfectly, you can deny several dozen minerals of mining. Several dozen, depending on, not that much. Workers mine about very roughly 60 a minute, so if a worker's not mining for like 5 to 10 seconds a couple times, that's like 20 minerals, so... Hey, you could... That's more... That's almost as many minerals as you lose when you cancel in a simulator. So... Yeah, it's something to do as well. Don't try it at home. Whenever I see your Metal League players attempt the mineral tonguing, inevitably I wonder how many pylons they've missed, or so on and so forth. Honestly, last game, Zest missing a pylon made a huge difference. His Void Ray being 20 seconds later, definitely, denying scouting 20 seconds later, delayed the rest of the build by 20 seconds, because he really did want to convince that Overlord that he was going for a death. And these things add up. Like, Elazer's perfectly competent. So far, he hasn't shown any sort of all-ins or anything like that. He wants to play. He wants to play your more... I hesitate to say standard, but he wants to play your more middle-of-the-road, mid-game macro style. He wants to get 3 bases, 60 to 70 drones, and then work from there. It's just Zest doesn't really let that happen. If you do let him get to that 3-base state, you're going to have a lot of struggles. And Zest, honestly, does not seem... Well, this time it's not a fake. Yeah. This time, he's going double Stargate Void Ray. No more teasing. He's just going straight for it. +1 air is on the way. The Stargate, Okay, so... Stasis Ward was attempted. Just kind of walked away from it. Roach Warren here to block Adepts from getting into the third. And also just, to have a Roach one. But the only Adept is the one currently holding position at the natural. For Zest here. More Void Rays. Now, we're on Blackburn here for the Decider. The main bases are closer together than any of the other bases. What? Phoenixes? Once again, a swerve. So he's going to show 4 Void Rays. Potentially burn the gold base now. And then switch to Phoenix. And he's getting +1 air, which is a huge deal for Phoenixes, which don't hit that hard because they do multiple attacks. Void Rays also just attack very quickly rather than doing a lot of damage. He's rallying the Phoenixes to pick up the Queens and negate the anti-air capability. He's dissecting the defense. Just purifying. He picks up the Queen with the energy for transfuse. More Queens in production. A Spore Crawler moving in. The thing is, terrestrial-bound Queens, and I know it's a tough subject to bring up. The fact that Queens cannot fly makes them even more difficult to use, the more obstacles in the way. Wow, he's going for the hot pickup build. I see the idea here now. It didn't quite do enough, and the problem for Zest is now Elazer has 80 drones. He didn't kill a base, he didn't kill really any economy. He might get a little with the Phoenixes, but he's limited literally by energy. So Zest is like, you know what? Screw this. 9 more gates, bringing him to 11 gates total. He's getting everything else, which is Robo, Twilight, Templar Archives, 10 gates, charge lots, +1. And, what else is he missing? Dark Shrine and Robo Bay are the only other techs. He's not really a finesse-oriented man when he doesn't want to be. This is about as brute force as it gets. Mass charge lot Archon. Elazer is at 86 drones. He's making a Spire. Wait, has the Spire been scouted? Yes. Is he actually going to go Mutas? The Spire finishes. Stasis ward catches nothing to... Oh, no! Zest! He sold him the other way! Last game, he did the Stargate... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, it's a total disaster! Oh, no! I mean, there's still a lot of Sky Toss to deal with. I get 21 Corruptors? No! Oh, he's just dead! Zest! He won before the battle even started. Elazer just completely and utterly and devastatingly unprepared. Zest with the complete 90-degree swerve into the mass gateway. Elazer desperately building roaches, but the Warp Prism reinforces. The worker count is already cut down to even and beyond. The Zealots are still slicing and dicing through the whole economy. The Corruptors impotently fly across the map, bruised and now unable to contribute. The Archons are powering through the roaches. Zest is everywhere, including Elazer's head. Yes, the caustic spray on the Nexus. He'll get one of Zest's bases. But at what cost? Zest, once again, this is his speciality. He wins the game, essentially before the first real battle is fought. Wow. Oh my god. I can't believe, like... That is both beautiful, disgusting, inspiring, and demoralizing all at once in whatever amount you feel is appropriate. I don't know. Anyways, well, there's another Zest series. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Go check out some more. There's plenty of Zest games. You'll never know what to expect. It's literally impossible, so check them out. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. I'll see you next time. Stay chill.